Here are Arun Jacob, your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor and education advisor. I love to, provide information and advice to young people like yourself who would like to migrate to New Zealand through the education pathway. As you all know, I also like to give video answers to the questions that I receive through email, Facebook, and various other platforms. I receive a lot of questions, but this one is really, really critical, and I said I must make a quick answer and put it up. It says, I am so and so from Bangalore and I have a student visa to pursue a postgraduate diploma in professional accounting in New Zealand. Please find attached the CV for your kind perusal. Please advise me further ASAP as I can cancel my travel to Auckland on 11th March if I do not qualify for the PR. That's 2 days from now. He's about to travel to Auckland in 2 days' time. He's got a visa in his hand and is still not sure if it is the right course. Please also advise on the students doing masters in professional accounting may get good jobs as against my qualification. After this course, do I stand any chance of getting suitable job and subsequently PR? What are the chances? Should I go about this course or pursue a supply chain related course later in October intake? Your speedy reply will enable me to decide my travel now or later. Okay. As I said, it put a smile on my face because it is this this person is 2 days away from traveling to New Zealand, and there is still a big doubt in his mind whether this is the right course choice or not. And so I asked for the CV from my team member who received this inquiry, and I have a CV here. And the first thing I did in a CV is I did a control F, which is to find, and I did control F and I put accounting, not one single word anywhere in the CV. And the CV is a good long CV. Nowhere does the word accounting come into the picture. So, and this gentleman is also not a young person. He is probably almost my age, maybe a few years younger, but is definitely into his 40s. He's got 16 years of experience, and I can see from his CV that he's got retail sales, material and procurement planning, vendor development, inventory control and stores, warehouse management, facilities and services. He worked with large organizations. He also worked in uh, outside India. He worked as an assistant to a senior executive in a very large company in Bangalore, and he's got fantastic background and experience. And his qualifications, he's got a BSc Environmental Science, and then an MBA in Small Business Finance, and then an MSc in Supply Chain Management. Now, as I was commenting, I did a control F and tried to find if there was accounting anywhere, and there was absolutely no mention of the word accounting anywhere in this elaborate and very impressive CV. What this gentleman has got is got background in supply chain management, it looks like, because that's also in the top synopsis of his CV, and he does not also have anything to do with accounting in the truest sense, although he did do an MBA in small business finance, which is very different from accounting. Finance is much more wider than accounting, because accounting is a very technical subject with inside business, and it deals with accounting principles. I'm a BCom honors graduate, and I know a few things about accounting, including management accounting, so on and so forth. So I went also to research what are the papers in this particular course he is doing, and it has got financial accounting, management accounting for business, taxation in New Zealand, accounting information systems, economics for business, business law, law of business organizations, managing organizations and people. So these are absolutely new subjects for him. These will not come and sit firmly into his background, because his background is something else altogether. If anything, he is more of a generic business professional who should not at this age and at this time in his career dig a hole and get into something which is as specific as professional accounting, because learning these new things, especially at the postgraduate diploma, he is going to be all at sea, because to do these papers you will require a good solid foundation of accounting in the first place, which he does not possess. And not only that, it's not just possessing a good solid foundation in accounting at the bachelor's level, but also certain number of years of experience in that particular field is when it should end up leading to this particular course, because the papers, as I read out, are very, very specific to accounting. So I have a feeling this gentleman is definitely taking the wrong choice. I'm surprised that his agency whichever counseled him for this course didn't do an elaborate research or thorough analysis of his background. And I think that is a problem with a lot of these agencies. They tend to come and when students come in, they tend to just take generic. There's no effort put in to do the kind of matching that I'm doing in this video right now. Is to see what is the background of this person, what is the course that they're studying, what is the match, what is the overlap, where will this person end up. I think what happened is the agency said, no, accounting is is a skill that is in shortage in New Zealand. So you go study this course, you'll get a job, and you'll get your PR. And they are basically making fools out of people because of the word PR. I mean, it's not even a word; it is actually two words, which is permanent residency. They're taking advantage of that term called PR, and they're pretty much putting people into all these non-related and courses. I'm not saying the course is bad. The course is fantastic, the postgraduate diploma in professional accounting, but that's meant for people who come from a strong accounting background. Definitely not for this gentleman who seems to be more into supply chain and overall business and organization and those kinds of things. So my recommendation to this person would be to instead seek something like a more generic postgraduate diploma in business, because he's also got the background, he's got the experience, and obviously he'll have the confidence at 45 years of age and with his career in different countries to be able to finish that course. And because it's a generic postgraduate diploma in business and not specific like a box like professional accounting, he would then be able to go and seek opportunities in marketing or sales or administration or as a executive assistant to a senior officer, because he's already got that kind of background. So he really should be looking at doing a course which will expand the possibilities for him to find employment, rather than narrowing them down by doing only a postgraduate diploma in professional accounting, for which he is not prepared in the first place. So I'm glad he reached out to us at this point. I don't know what decision he will make. It is not easy to say no to going to a foreign country after you've already gone through the whole process of admission, visa, and you have the visa in your hand, your ticket is in your hand, and you are flying out in 2 days' time. I know it's not going to be an easy decision, but because you came to us for advice, this is my advice to you. And if you have the courage to take a step back and then relook at this whole thing, getting a visa again should not be a problem. I mean, if you decide to work with AJV, we would love to assist you with your fresh visa application. And I think you also have very, very good background, and I think you can also do with some onshore advice once you come here. Talk to me, talk to the rest of my team, and we can also provide you some tips and guidance as to how we can take your career forward from there. So at your age, I think you need to be very, very careful with the choice of the course that you currently have in your stamped into your passport. I can't say, yeah, don't come, nor can I say, yeah, please come, because it's not my decision. I can only give you my advice. But based on my input, I hope you are able to make an informed decision. Whatever you choose, yeah, just make sure you don't lose your time, money, and effort, because you're not a young guy who can recoup these kind of losses in time, money, and effort, and hope to catch up with your career again. So be very careful and take whatever decision is guided by my advice and also your own research. But if I were you, I would not take up this course. Okay, all the very best, and I hope I've answered your question, and I hope it also helps other people who are in a similar situation. Thanks as always for watching my videos, and keep the questions coming in, and I'll try and make as many answers as possible and put them out there for all of you. Thank you very much. Good night, Kira.